All right, today we are touring Arvada. And we are starting in Olde Town, which is actually the kind of traditional downtown area for Olde Town. And unbeknownst to me, we're walking right into like a festival today. So this is really cool, kind of shows off how often there's some really cool stuff that's going on down here. And I started at my favorite spot, which is always a little bit noisy, not terrible, but you know, shows up on video. I'm going to turn it around from the other side here just to get you a view of what I'm talking about without all of the people talking so much in the background. And that is Denver Beer Company and the Mighty Colorado Burger. So let's zoom in. This is Denver Beer Company here, one of their locations at least. And the Mighty Colorado Burger is actually set up there inside. Delicious all the way around. This is one of my favorite stops to come by and grab a beer and a burger, which is one of my personal favorite pastimes. If that is one of yours as well, highly recommend visiting Olde Town, Arvada whenever you're coming here, or if you're looking to move here. Maybe you want to check out one of these houses we're going to be touring today, which are going to show what you can afford in the Arvada area. We have 3 different properties that we're going to be seeing in 3 different price ranges. So really going to give you an idea of what it's like to live around here. And right now we're going to walk some more through Olde Town and show you what it's like to hang out and have fun here. You're going to see in just a minute all of these tents that are set up for a bunch of local businesses, some big, some small. Kind of funny again that I didn't even really know that this was going on today. I do like to pop down here like once a month or so, usually to meet up with some friends or just have some yummy food. They've got this great German bakery that is right up here that we'll be walking by in just a second. One of my favorite ice cream shops too is not too far away here. Some really, really cool stuff. A lot of these areas have outdoor spots too, where you come and you sit and eat and you can play games. I got giant Jenga right around the corner here, as well as a giant Connect 4. So some really cool stuff. You can see and hear live music behind me. This place, Secret Level Arcade Bar and Brew, is one of my favorites as well. You got the arcade in there, lots of games to play. Got the football games on. It's the start of football season here, so that's very exciting. Also coming up on the Arvada Tavern right here. Fantastic place to eat. Now, funny story, I myself went there to eat for the first time ever. I was really excited. I ordered this steak, and as I'm waiting, it comes out to order, and there's a dollop on top of what is actually like a garlic butter type of a thing. It was fantastic. However, I thought it was a dollop of garlic mashed potatoes. So I took a big fat bite out of it and instantly regretted it. Still ended up being delicious, but my first bite was pure butter. All right, we're going to continue on here with a tour of Olde Town. I had to scoot around some of the people grabbing drinks and turkey legs and everything. And I do want to show you one of my favorite little spots in here. There's actually 2. See how this goes with all this activity going on out here today. It's a little trickier getting to some of these spots than normal. But there's also a lot more out here than normal. So it's really cool, really fun. It's a Sunday. It's beautiful weather in Colorado, so this is amazing. And this is exactly why you come to Olde Town, Arvada. This is great. There is just a lot of action, a lot of activity going on down here. We are almost there.
Who are you with?
Myself.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
We got Hazel Miller on stage.
Yeah. Say that name again.
We've got Hazel Miller.
Hazel Miller. That is so cool. What's the name? Like, what's going on today that everyone's out?
This is the Arvada Harvest Festival.
It's the Harvest Festival. Okay.
This is the 100th annual Arvada Harvest.
Seriously. I can't believe coincidental. I was coming down here to just take some footage of Old Town. I had no idea this was happening today.
100th year.
That's so cool.
And, we've got been about 30 of us since November.
Good job. It's amazing.
We go till 5.
Okay. Very cool. Oh, thanks.
Enjoy while you can. I mean, it's the Rockies, Broncos.
I know. Yeah.
Everything else is going on.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Nice.
Well, enjoy.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I will. All right, so here's my hidden gem of Old Town Arvada, and it is scrumptious ice cream. That ice cream place right there, it's been around for a while. Delicious. So, kind of shocked that I wasn't aware, but just learned that today is the 100th annual Arvada Harvest Festival. So very cool. That's why you see all of the tents and everything out here set up in Old Town. Got a lot of great, cool stuff that's going on around us, and we're going to walk around and see what we can see. We've actually got a lot of attached homes, so townhome style duplexes, things of that nature. So the one we're looking at today as part of our What Can You Afford in Arvada is going to be, this is our lowest price for this area. Now that doesn't mean the lowest price for the whole city. Arvada is actually a pretty large city, population of a little over 220,000, I believe. So there's plenty of areas to go. What we're focusing on today are the homes that are in a close vicinity to Old Town Arvada, which is kind of the hub for a lot of activities in Arvada. But this place that we're seeing is actually pretty impressive. So it was built in 1984, and you're going to see some pretty cool 80s vintage finishes, I should say. Yes, it's attached, so you do have a shared wall with neighbors. But take a look. This is the old tri-level or split level that was pretty popular for a long time. And you get this nice open living, kitchen, dining room concept here. Old wood burning fireplace, which if you're not familiar, so these aren't going to be allowed anymore due to pollution from burning wood. We get a lot of days that we call them, what are they called? Red days, red danger, not just fire danger, but high pollution. And it happens a lot it actually happens a lot in the winter, because as the area around the city heats up and the cold air is on top, it sort of traps all the pollution in the city. And so not only do we have to deal with what any normal big city would have to deal with trying to handle our carbon emissions and what that footprint looks like, but in the winter when it's cold out, it kind of doubles up that effort, I guess, that we have to go through. So we have days where we say, hey, no wood burning fireplaces. And so in a lot of homes, you're not going to see any new homes that'll be built with these allowed. So it's kind of cool to have an older one. Of course, some people actually just prefer the gas, or you just switch it on. A little bit easier, maybe not quite as, I don't know, romantic, but it is cool to know that you can still have some places that have those options. All right, so we're going to head upstairs and take a look at the loft, which is a nice view of our kitchen and living space. Upstairs is the primary bedroom. And so I was kind of thinking about, like, what would I do up here? Probably an office, if it were me. Put my desk or something up here. Also, not a bad workout space, potentially. Or kids' play areas, what lofts are usually good for. Here's the first of many, these amazing 80s finishes here. Look at the brown. Now you can see some decent natural light coming in here. You know, your view out this window is really only the next door neighbors, but you still let that light in, which is fantastic. Pretty decent sized walk-in closet here, actually. See, from the front to the back, there's a lot of room in here. I don't know, to me that's a lot of room. Maybe you guys let me know what you think. Is that a lot of room or not? Kelsey may disagree on a lot being the descriptor for that. But yeah, so here's the upstairs. So this is what's kind of interesting. So this whole upper level is just for this loft, the primary bedroom, and everything here. So the other 2 bedrooms in this one, if I didn't mention, this is a 3-bed, 2-bath, about 1,500 square foot home. And I don't know if I gave away the price already or not. If I didn't, we're going to try to save that for after we take a look at a couple of these things here. And we got the bathroom. Nothing to write home about, I guess, as far as bathrooms go, but again, look at the brown. And then the sink down there, and the reflection of yours truly that I'm sure nobody saw. A couple of cute little kids' bedrooms here, right? They're not huge, you know, painted according to how their kids liked them. Plenty of room in here as far as the kids are concerned. They get to share a bathroom. You do get, see, a nice utilities area, right? Washer, dryer, water heater, all the exciting stuff about a house. Here's the other bedroom with maybe the smallest ceiling fan I've ever seen in my life, but I can tell you it's moving air, so that's cool. And then your own closet. So, like I said, if I didn't already give away the secret, then I want to see what your guesses are for the price on this one. And then we are actually going to go take a little walk, because this type of home doesn't have a ton in the way of a yard. The outdoor space is unique. What they have is this really cool park that's really close by. So I'm going to turn you around and we're going to take a walk that way so you can check it out. All right, so we're going to take a walk now. We're just walking outside of the place I was just showing you here and show you about this park. This is really common in Denver. A lot of our neighborhoods are built up with these parks, these open green spaces in mind. And, you know, I don't know about the rest of the country. Maybe everybody has things like this, and I'm just a little biased towards Denver's because I've lived here for so long and love it here so much. But it's one of the coolest things ever. If you don't have maybe a great big yard, or maybe you don't want it. Maybe you're thinking, like, doing the maintenance on my own yard sucks, but getting to enjoy being outside in nature is still one of the main reasons people come to Colorado. And so you got a lot of things like this. So I'm going to turn you around so we can walk through this together and just take a look at everything here. All right, now as we walk up, we're going to come up on the playground here in just a couple of minutes. And just want to remind you that, especially if you're new to the channel and you're interested in all things about Denver and the surrounding metro area, consider hitting like and subscribing to the channel here. What we're doing is we're trying to show you everything that there is to do, all the great, cool, fun places, all the great quiet places, the most fun places to live, what your outdoor activity is going to be like, really everything related to the Denver metro area from somebody who's lived here for a long time, over 30 years. Together, my wife Kelsey and I have been in business and real estate for over 12 years. And so we're trying to give you that expert, you know, local view of what we have here. And boy, I could not have picked a better day to be out here walking around, getting my steps in. This is just a beautiful Colorado day out here. So one of the other things I didn't mention with all 3 of the houses that we're actually showing for today's video is their main high school is Arvada West High School, which is one of the better public schools around. They rate about 7 out of 10 or about a B+ on niche.com and greaterschools.org. And so anything above that in a public school system is pretty challenging to get. So as far as public schools are concerned, those are fantastic. We also have charter schools and private schools that are in these areas that if you're looking for a little bit more than that for your kiddos, those are available too. Now, you are wondering, hey Warren, why is it so empty if these parks are so great and nice? Well, we are about 15 minutes away from Broncos opening day kickoff. So everybody is either out at the stadium or in their homes or maybe out at the bar and restaurants getting ready to watch the Broncos play the Titans here any minute. In fact, once I wrap this up, I look forward to watching that opening kickoff myself there too. Typically, you see a lot more dogs, kids, families, everybody running around these areas. Okay, so now that we've pretty well done the loop of this park, I wanted you to really see what the integrated kind of outdoor area looked like, since that townhouse that we were looking at didn't have much of its own green space at all, just that little front yard. And I wonder if anybody has guessed the price. So the current listing price of that townhouse is $420,000. First person to make a joke about a home priced at $420 in Denver, banned immediately. Just kidding. I made the joke myself like 3 times on the way over here. But yeah, $420,000. This is the lowest price of the homes that we're looking at today. You know, really not bad for that amount of space. Great for families, great for roommates, whatever you're looking at. Now, I can see it already. One of the things that I hear the absolute most doing real estate in Denver, this is one of the most expensive parts of the country. So of course, there's always somebody in the comments saying that price is ridiculous, I would never pay that, etc., etc. And that's okay. I understand that. There's plenty of other cities around the outskirts of Denver where $420,000 goes a lot farther. So this is more for location, right? I mean, isn't that the oldest real estate cliche out there, that location is the most important word in real estate? Arvada is one of the suburbs on the west side of town. Super quick access to the mountains, easy access to downtown, and, you know, beautifully well established, as you can see behind me. It's really, you're paying for where you are more than what the house is. I think this house is actually really cute. I think the other one we're showing you today is really nice as well. I think access to Olde Town Arvada, to the mountains, to downtown Denver, really to just about anything that you're looking for is well worth it. I also think $420,000 is a lot of money. So if you're interested in where your $400,000 can go further, comment down below and let me know. Say, help me stretch my money. All right, and I think that's it for this one. Let's get on to the next. And just in case you are unfamiliar, my name is Warren Bunker with the Bunker team at Keller Williams Advantage, and you're watching This is Denver. How's it going? Okay, the neighborhood that we are in here currently is in Arvada. We are about 3 miles or so away from Olde Town, not too far away from the Apex Field Grounds. Really a short distance from a lot of hiking and a lot of biking. This is an older neighborhood, I guess depends on your definition of older, built up in the 60s. What's really cool about neighborhoods like this, as you can see behind me, and as we continue walking, a lot of established trees, big vegetation. You know, back in the 60s, they actually built homes with good sized lots, so you have a good front yard and backyard. So one of these nicer kind of areas, and the house that we're actually going to take a look at is really cool because it's been redone. Very often what a lot of people are looking for is they like the new styles, they like the new ideas, but the things that we like about the older homes is maybe brick facade, maybe we like the bigger lots, we just like neighborhoods that don't have construction going on all the time. And so this house is going to be one of those kind of Goldilocks houses, right? It's got a little bit of the old where you get this cool established neighborhood, no HOAs. You can see some campers and everything behind me there. But with the remodel, you get a lot of those new design elements and everything there too. So we're going to take a look inside this one. Built in 1964. This is a 4-bed, 2-bath that has about 2,500 square feet. Again, nice cozy living fireplace area here with a dining room. With these older homes, open concept wasn't really a thing. So a lot of times you see people doing things to make it feel a little bit more open, like removing some protectors, some wall pieces there, having the open wrought iron as part of your decoration instead of like a half wall. Let's go take a look into the kitchen. This is a great. If you're unfamiliar, Colorado has a lot of basements. It's pretty dry here. We don't have a super high water table. It's not too hard to dig and excavate areas in order to get basements. So it's very common to see basements. So we'll check that out here in just a moment. Want to just finish this first level here. It's a nice little storage closet. And that guest bathroom here as well. It does have a little shower tub combo. Now, when I'm walking through houses like this with lots of different levels, I tend to like to go upstairs first and then come back down to the basement. This house has a really cool exterior in the backyard as well with the deck, so stay tuned to check that out. And we're going to compare price by price what you can get, how far your money goes in Arvada. We'll let you know the price of this one here. You stay tuned. All right. There's one of the small bedrooms up here set up as an office, right? It could definitely be a kid's room. Plenty of room in here for kids, or this office setup is pretty sweet. More storage over there. Another nice sized room. It's a queen size bed with 2 nightstands. Plenty of room here, lots of space. Be an interesting job to mount a TV there, but I happen to know it's possible. I've seen it done a few times. Kind of funny when they're mounted on like a weird angle like that though. There's another hallway bathroom right here. Again, this is number 2 of the bathrooms. And then in here, we've got the primary bedroom. Let's turn you around so you get a better view of what we're looking at here. Ta-da! So good space. Again, what we're seeing here is remodeling a house that was built in the 60s, not really designed for furniture this size, for families this size. Well, I shouldn't say that. People had plenty big families in the 60s, but everything has gotten bigger, generally speaking. Our furniture, our cars, and so houses like this can sometimes be challenging trying to fit in a modern day family and workload and everything. All right, let's go see outside. Ooh, cupcakes, anybody? Go check out outside. Now, something I say a bunch that I'm sure everyone has heard a bunch, unless you're new to this channel, and if you are new to the channel and you're interested in learning everything there is to know about Denver and the surrounding suburbs, consider hitting that like and subscribe and reach out to us if we can be of any help. We're here to tell you exactly what it's like living in the Denver area and especially dive into the real estate surrounding this area here. So one thing I say a whole bunch and talk about a bunch is indoor-outdoor living here in Colorado. It is what pretty much everybody is here for. And look at this space is just fantastic as far as that is concerned, right? Big deck, big yard, a little fire pit area over here. We've even got sheds on this side for extra storage, and there's just plenty of space to go around out here. Probably couldn't have asked for a better day to see a house like this that's set up so well with this backyard area. Now this is a covered area here. This is where the garage connects. Again, it wasn't as common to have garages that walked straight into your house back in the 60s, but you can see Two-car garage, just got some of their stuff in there. You can see we got a two-car garage, just got some of their stuff sitting around in here. It's going to fit most cars, but like I was talking about earlier, our cars have gotten bigger. So if you drive a big old truck, you may struggle to fit inside a garage like this. All right, now let's go check out the basement in this one. And as we walk down there, I want to put the thought of what you think this place costs in the comments, right? I think we should do that for all of the places that we tour. I love to hear guesses from people who are local and have maybe seen and done some of this before, and then people who are coming from completely different areas of the country. What do you think a place like this would go for? So let's continue the tour of the basement here. Got laundry set up down here. We got kind of a wet bar situation. This is an interesting concrete kind of pour here, but some storage. You got a sink. Obviously turn this into like a nice entertaining space if you wanted to. Big TV set up, gaming tables, whatever works for you. Heyo. And one thing that I do find interesting, not necessarily funny, but just something to think about is they didn't build things back then for the size that even we are now. So I'm just a little above 6 feet, and you see we're getting a little close here. So you have to keep that in mind with areas like this. Now it's still a fully functional room, but if you're taller than me, if you're 6'3", 6'4", you might have a low bridge situation that's happening here occasionally. Great guest room, great room for entertaining. You know, there's lots of options in an area like this, but you do need to mind these low bridges coming through here. All right. So that's about it for the basement. So what did you think? What was your thought on what a place like this in Arvada? We're not far from Olde Town, and Arvada, if you are unfamiliar, is very close to the I-70 corridor that gets you into the mountains. It's a very easy commute to downtown Denver, to the Denver Tech Center, where a lot of people work. So it's a very desirable area. So what do we think this one is worth? We are right at $700,000 for this property. Was that a lot higher, a lot lower than you were thinking? Let us know in the comments, and we'll see you at the next one. Okay, now this is the last stop on our tour today for Arvada. This is going to be, as you can see, a much larger home than some that we have seen so far. We still have very close proximity to Olde Town, like we've been talking about. I'm going to go take a look, and again, I want to know what you think about the layout here, as well as what we think the cost is going to be. Right as we walk inside the front door, I'll turn you around so it's easier to see everything. You've got the office layout to the right. Now this home has a garage. If you saw from the front, there's two separate garage entrances. This one goes, they got like a workout sort of space set up, as well as where the car could come in. So that opens up, comes on in this way, and then I'll show you the other one is a two-car with its own entrance as well. So nice, it's open, vaulted ceilings. It's got that great, nice, open, airy, bright feel to it that you like to see out of these type houses here. Really, any house you like to have that. Got the bathroom set up here. A little bit of a dining area and the kitchen right next to each other. This is a very large pantry here. They even put a couple of Warren shelves up here. That leads right over into the family kind of living space. And this home was built in, I think, 2006, and I always chuckle a little bit because you see these spaces. Right around the time builders decided, you know what we should do? We should build a space for the big TVs to fit into. That's about the same time that the flat panel TVs came out. Now, I love how they've got this one set up where there is, the fireplace, but it's decorated. It's more of a sitting room. It's not a dedicated TV room. But if you were looking to put a TV in here, most people are obviously putting them on top now instead of that nook down there like was intended. Let's take a look outside. So this is the raised part of the deck. So you got a nice yard there, good space, nice open views, right? You can look at all your neighbors' sunflowers. Great spot for cooking, hanging out, everything that we want to do outside, right? Here is that other garage. Again, kind of standard 2-car here. You got this plus the 3-car that I just showed you. All right, let's head upstairs. Let's take a look at what's going on up here first. We have laundry upstairs, which is incredible. First person that thought of that deserves an award, a medal, I don't care what, but incredible having laundry that convenient upstairs. Let's take a look at a couple of the bedrooms. Getting lots of natural light, good space. Here's the bathroom, shower tub combo. Then another couple. So it's a 5-bed house, 4 of them being right up here. Now I always look at these type of homes as a perfect style family home. Now, it doesn't have to be a family home, right? You could have it with just you. It could be maybe a growing family, or you just like to have space, you have guest rooms, even roommates. House hacking in a place like this is really popular. If you're not sure what house hacking is, the idea is you buy the house, rent out other parts of it. Now it's a little less private when the areas you're renting are right down the hall from your primary bedroom that we're going to walk into right now, but it is a possibility if it's something that is of interest to you. Here's the primary though. Come in here and go to the left. I mean, my goodness, look at this. Big bed behind me, and then check it out. It's your own sitting area right here. I mean, it's like your own apartment almost in your primary bedroom. Let's flip it around and give you a better idea of what we're talking about. So boom, we got this whole bed, nice sleeping area, and then just a beautiful sitting area. And then we walk actually over here to get into this bathroom. Look at that. Standing shower, separate tub. Got his and her sinks and this huge walk-in closet here. Great space. And then, of course, this separate throne room, water closet. Whatever clever little nickname you want to give it. I just can't get over this space here. The light and the views and everything are incredible. Let me know what you think. What do we think this house is actually worth? How much is it? How much is it going to cost to get into a home like this in Arvada on the west side, this close to everything? Check out the basements. This is a pretty cool space here. Some lights turned on now. This is like a bar area downstairs. You got a little in-wall fireplace option. This is a garden level basement, so not a walkout. I can't walk out to the backyard there, but obviously lets a lot of light in because we're not totally underground. It's a downstairs fridge and sink, storage area. So I think it's kind of a divided storage area with your some shelving there, as well as your mechanicals. I know this is everyone's favorite part. Very nice PEX lines there. Nice wood shop setup down here. That's really cool. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to head back up to the first floor, and then that's about it for this one. All right, I want to know who was closest to guess where we're at on the price. Put in the comments. Let me know what you think. This one is currently listed at $930,000. So, in my opinion, actually, for everything that we saw here, this is kind of a steal compared to some of the others that we've seen. There's an additional $30,000 incentive on it at the moment as well. So, could buy down that interest rate, do a lot of things with an additional $30,000. Let me know what you think.